West Ham United 1, Chelsea 1, and I'm kind of struggling for words here, to be honest, because I don't really know what I can particularly say about this Chelsea team. First half, absolutely brilliant from Chelsea. Had the ball in the net 3 times. Unfortunately, on 2 occasions, they were offside. Perhaps Kai Havertz could have done a little bit better in trying to maintain an onside position for that brilliant ball across from Mykhailo Mudryk. But ultimately, I have to say the second half was extremely poor. I mean, I haven't really commented much on Chelsea and the games and everything pretty much since the start of the season because, well, life kind of gets in the way and whatnot. But just after watching this game, I just had to post a review because after all of the signings, all of the excitement, we all saw the lineup as Chelsea fans and we thought, great, hey, we have a chance, a real chance of getting 3 points in this game. And by the conclusion of the game, it's fair to say most of us as Chelsea fans are completely and utterly frustrated by this. And there's a number of reasons for this. I mean, let's just start off with some of the positives first. I thought Enzo Fernandez had a great game, a lot better in the first half than I say in the second half. Brilliant assist for that João Felix goal as well. João Felix, another player we need to highlight as well. Absolutely terrific and brilliant. And while he's in the team, I'm sorry, I really don't think Kai Havertz deserves a shot at really getting into this team, starting this team. He needs to be benched, and that again was apparent by today's game as well. He just doesn't offer the team anything going forward, and if ever there was an indication in which he needed to be benched, today is that day. His performance, once again, lackluster, not good enough, not clinical enough in coming into the tackles, first touches of the ball, again, not great at all. But I'd say the real pivotal point, is when we made those substitutions and we saw Gallagher come on, we saw Mason Mount come on, we saw Hakim Ziyech come on, and we also saw Ben Chilwell come on. Now, out of those substitutions, I would say Ben Chilwell was probably the most impactful sub that we made as well. Made a couple runs forward, got a couple crosses in. There was a cross he put in that Kai Havertz had a header on, probably should have done better. Maybe it was down to good defending by West Ham. I don't know. But again, that's also what raises the doubts in my mind as well. João Felix, absolutely terrific. I have to say, in the first half. In the second half, I thought he got a little bit lackluster, and again, maybe I'm going to put that down to some of the substitutions made by Graham Potter, because in my opinion, I feel like as a manager, you need to make those impact subs that at this point are going to go on and win you the game. And the substitutions he made, I'm so sorry, I was not convinced. I think many Chelsea fans watching this were not convinced and were sitting there shaking their heads, scratching their head, thinking, do you know what? We might end up losing the game. West Ham found the back of the net again at around 80 odd minutes to make it 2-1. Thankfully, VAR intervened and found that goal offside, which, to be honest, saved us a point that at that point in the second half, I really didn't feel that we deserved, not one bit at all. Reece James, a bit of a substandard performance, just given his standards, knowing what he can do, knowing what he can bring to the pitch. Again, I'm not going to be too critical on him because he is just coming back from injury as well. So it is to be expected. We've got an important Champions League game coming up midweek as well. So we've got that to look forward to as well. We've got players that we need rested and ready for that as well. And given our injury record, maybe perhaps I understand some of the decisions Graham Potter has made. Mason Mount, however, and I'm going to be very clear and diligent on this, Mason Mount can never, ever ever walk back into this Chelsea team ever again. I mean, apart from the little run forward, the pass through in which he crossed in, it was saved by the goalkeeper. He didn't offer anything at all when he came on. Absolutely nothing. And in the words of a very, very good friend of mine, somebody whose football opinion I highly respect, this guy is a virus. And do you know what? Not even trying to be harsh or anything, but that is the best way to describe it. This guy is a virus. He is bringing the entire team down, and he can't start for Chelsea ever again. In fact, he needs to start looking forward to his next career. You know, where is he going to go next? Because as far as I'm concerned, as far as most Chelsea fans are concerned, this guy does not have a future in this club. He brings absolutely nothing to this club, absolutely nothing to this team going forward. And me, quite frankly, I'm quite sick of seeing him come onto the pitch. Whether he's starting, whether he comes on as a sub, I'm sick to death of it, and I can't take it anymore. He is holding this team back. And if we want to progress, then he cannot be part of the future plans whatsoever, at all. Just to highlight a couple of other players as well. Thiago Silva, I thought was brilliant. Just a veteran captain, a veteran player, somebody whose experience and reliability and consistency we can constantly rely on. And given his age as well, it's just honestly incredible what he's still doing at this age and what he's been doing for this club as well. He's honestly one of our most consistent players, I have to say. I think Graham Potter does deserve a bit of stick because he got it all wrong with the substitutions today. Absolutely all wrong. I won't deny the fact that there was a clear handball by Soufal in that second half, which probably should have awarded us a penalty. How that was checked and let go, I have no idea. To this day, to this moment, to this time, I'm still scratching my head because I have no clue how that wasn't given. If that was given, perhaps maybe we would have found a winner, possibly in a second half that we really didn't deserve to win or get anything out of at all. I have to say West Ham, they did respond. They did answer the call very, very well. I have to admit that as well. But in terms of Chelsea going forward, I think that's pretty much what I have to say. I will keep this video pretty short and brief because, again, there's not really much I can say. It is a lot of frustration that's been felt by myself, not just by myself, but by a lot of Chelsea fans at this moment in time. And yeah, I just, at this point, I can just hope that Graham Potter gets his head together, gets it right, and just figures out who his best 11 are, to be fair. But couple of highlights I have to say. Enzo, terrific. Felix, fantastic. I would have liked to see more from Mykhailo Mudryk as well. I feel like he did impress me in the first half as well. He made that brilliant pass to Kai Havertz, who unfortunately happened to be offside as well. In the second half, at the start of the second half, I did feel like the players weren't using him enough. I mean, he was free on numerous occasions, calling for the ball, but for some reason the players just felt like they just didn't want to play on that side for no reason, and they kept playing on the side of Reece James and Madueke. And for Reece James, again, I felt like it was lackluster. I wanted to see more of those crosses, and we just weren't getting enough of them. Madueke, I thought, was mid-par. Probably maybe should have come off a lot sooner than he did, in my opinion. But fair enough, it's his first start for the club. Again, this is still a team with a lot of new signings, a lot of new players. They still need to gel together. But I am starting to come to the conclusion that maybe, perhaps, Graham Potter is not the guy to take us forward. And again, I'll probably elaborate on that in a couple of weeks to come. Again, I still feel like it's too early for me to make a complete ultimate judgment on him at this point in time, but I am starting to lean more towards the side of I don't think he's well equipped for this team. I think this job is just a little bit too big for him. But yeah, that's my quick summary review of the game. And again, apologies, I haven't uploaded much as well. Life just kind of seems to get in the way. I will definitely try to upload more reviews, more previews, more content and things coming forward on this channel. But if you haven't already, please like the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.